Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you, Max?
Oh, I'm really well. It's lovely to be talking to you.
Oh, I'm happy to do it. Don't judge me, but I'm actually just woke up on this side of the world.
Love that. How is life in that side of the world? How are you and stuff?
It's good. You know, it's been all about the album the past few months, so I've kind of just been focusing on that. But it's been really great. I think I have so much that I just can't wait for people to hear.
I'm so excited for you because it just, like the last time I saw you, I think I made you rap and stuff, and you said to me, I love rap music. And then you get A$AP Rocky on your new song, and I was like, this is amazing. She's getting to work with the artist that she also listens to. How was that?
It was incredible. You know, a lot of people even ask, they're like, oh, how come it took you this long? I was like, well, honestly, I have to understand where I am. I think 2 years ago, I was in a totally different place where people maybe wouldn't have been comfortable to collaborate with me. And I was really wanting to take a chance on this album, and we reached out to A$AP. I creepily texted him, and I was just like, such a huge fan, would be so honored if you could listen to the song, and it just kind of happened organically, which makes me really happy.
And do you know the thing I love is I've interviewed him a couple of times, and he is lovely, but he's one of those people, if he genuinely doesn't rate you or doesn't have any connection with you, he'll say no. I caught up with him at Widers Festival, and he was like, it was a sick track. Like, I wanted to do it. It was good.
That's exactly what I told people. I was like, honestly, he could literally text back and be like, this is awful. Because I know he respects people and doesn't do a lot of collaborations. And so it was all strictly the music, which was great.
And the track is just, it's just a sick tune. Like, what I love is that you've made a track that's crossed you over into different genres of music, and your own fan base, they've just grown with you. Selena, I know you probably are like, oh my God, the response has been insane, but could you have expected this, and how lovely does it feel that everyone's embraced it?
Honestly, we did not expect it. The reason why I wanted it to be the first was because of the tone. I thought people were going to expect me to come out with like a big dance track, which I did at the beginning of the year, and I loved that. And I have a couple of songs in the album that are really great for the club and stuff, but I knew I wanted this single to be like, oh, I didn't expect that. That's so cool, because it is one of my favorite songs. So I didn't expect it to do anything like this. I knew people would be like interested to know why I chose that, but it was a total surprise, honestly.
And the video, white t-shirt, I have to ask you, how the hell did you keep yourself protected? Because I kept thinking, do you know, she looks really sexy, but nothing is actually showing.
Right. Well, honestly, it's all the trickery of the camera work. But I was, in all fairness, I was wearing underwear. So
okay. Good
that
to know.
was fine.
And do you know when you were sitting there and like somebody said to me earlier, they were like, Max, you know when you want to be sexy, like what do you have to do? I was like, I can't be sexy. You do a video like that and you literally look so hot. I'm wondering, what was in your head? What did you use as inspiration to get all sexy and sultry?
You know what's funny is I just talked to my best friends about this. I can't actually be that way in my real life.
Oh God, I feel better.
I'm just like, no, you know, I'm a little clumsier, and I you know, you trip or you make certain mistakes, and when you're on set, like it's almost like I get to make mistakes, but I know at the end of the day, it's going to capture all those like really sweet, sexy, cool moments. So. It's a little bit of like, you know, you're playing it up, and I obviously feel sexy sometimes, but it's definitely more intense in the video.
Capital, we just played Taylor Swift, Kendrick Lamar, Bad Blood. The lady that I think had one of the best characters in the video, she looked banging with her fringe, is on the phone, Selena Gomez. Selena, that video, oh, I loved it, and I was nothing to do with it. Just as a girl, I just loved that you lot all got together and did that. When you did it, were you like thinking, oh my goodness, look at this is like an amazing idea, how is it going to work? What was it like to be involved in that? Because I know Taylor's your mate.
Yeah, she's been one of my best friends. And you know what's interesting is that the song is definitely about, you know, talking about someone that hurt you and what that means, but the actual video was so crazy because every single woman was so incredible and loving towards everyone. Like, it was such a girl empowerment video, and I don't think anybody's done that. You know, we were all on set eating burgers and hanging out and like talking and laughing, and normally when you're doing music videos or you're doing anything, you're by yourself, and it was just really cool. I thought it was such a neat idea. It didn't even feel like work.
And do you know, the thing is, Taylor's been like, she was here at Hyde Park in London, and she brought out Cara, I think she brought out Kylie. She even got people that weren't in the video, like I think Kendall came out. And I was just in my head thinking, she's had Jason Derulo, she's had Nick Jonas, she's even done Fetty Wap. When the hell is Selena going to come out? Is it going to happen? Have you spoken about it? Because we want it to happen.
Of course. Yeah, of course. Of course, we've talked about it. It's got to be very specific. I know that there's going to be something happening, so we'll see. But yes, of course, I love her. It would be so much fun to be on that stage. She's so like fun doing that stuff.
It would be amazing. And the thing I think a lot of people respect about you, especially I definitely do, is you're a girl's girl. That's why I can see why you and Taylor get along. Selena, you've never been that girl that's used her looks or used her status to make any other woman feel bad, and it's a really positive way to be. And very rare also that a young woman in the game is happy to say, you know what, I am a role model and I'm accepting that. And congratulations that you feel strong enough to do that. How important has it been for you to like embody that role and support all those girls that look up to you?
Honestly, that's so sweet of you to say. That's all I kind of want to feel like, even not just specifically with girls. I just want to make people understand and feel like that I'm not bigger or less than any person. Genuinely, I have a different job and I work, different hours or whatever, but it's so important for me. All of my best friends that I live with are not in the business at all. And I think women, especially young girls, I feel so bad because I know what they see in pictures and online, and they think they have to look that way when no one looks that way. It's just, I always just try to remind them, I have such bad pictures of me online, like, with my glasses on or eating food and like a double chin. And it's like, that's totally normal. I don't sit there and be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe there's bad pictures of me. I'm so embarrassed. It's like, good. Let those girls see that I don't look like that on a magazine all the time. Like, it's fine. It's anything that's what it is important to me.
Can we talk about the album?
Absolutely.
Okay, I'm excited, and I don't know if people have put up fake track listings or if people have got into your laptop, but I saw Chris Brown recently, and he, obviously you guys have connected, and I know that you're following each other on Insta and stuff, and Chris said to me, I've got some amazing collaborations that are coming that are going to surprise people. I would love it if you two have done a track for your album. Selena, speak to me. What's happening?
I would try to give you like some sort of hint about it, but there actually isn't anything on the record with Chris. I am such a huge fan of his, and it was actually after the album where we ended up kind of like talking about music and stuff. So not to say there is an opportunity for it, because I honestly love his music. I think he's so incredible. I'm a big fan of hip-hop and all of that, so I'm a huge fan. But the album is just so crazy because I didn't realize none of the track listings are authentic. I think there's maybe one song that was correct, and it's just a lot of people don't really know what to expect. So the names that are coming out and the rumors about it's so funny. It's like all over the place, and I think kind of like good for you. I think people are going to be a little surprised, even with the second single. We're getting ready for that, and it's just been crazy because it's so different from the first already, and I'm just excited. I really worked hard on this, and I think in the past I haven't been in the right place to push myself to get to the other caliber of where I want to be, what makes me separate from other artists, and I think I finally figured it out.
And what do you think's happened in order for you to like feel that way if you didn't feel like that before?
It's basically, I think more than anything, just not knowing. I know vocally I'm not Mariah Carey or, Celine Dion, but I do know that I have a tone, and how do I execute that, and how can I make it sound so cool and different and sound authentic to me? So it's just a little bit more about growing up and figuring out, okay, I really got to get my shit together. It's like I got to figure out what it is.
But you know what? It's funny because you think FKA Twigs, you think Rihanna, you think Janae Aiko. They're not Mariah. They're not. Do you know what I mean? Their vocals are very distinctive. It's interesting that like as a musician, as a singer, when you think about where you put yourself among singers, because everyone is so different.
Exactly, and that's such a true statement. And what you love about artists is that you get to kind of have a glimpse of who they are. And I don't think I've done that enough. I think The Heart Wants What It Wants was the first time that I ever showed the honest, insecure, whatever side that I was going through. It was like that was honest. And I think that's why you love Rihanna. She's honest with everything she does. That's why you love Katie. That's why you love FT Twigs. It's like they're all themselves. It's not about them going on stage and like making all these high notes happen. It's about what they're saying.
You said there's one person that we know that's on there, ASAP. Ed Sheeran is somebody that you've been linked with as far as working together and stuff. Has Ed made the album, and who can we expect on the project with you?
Well, actually, Ed and I have been friends for years, and during the time I was working on this record, I think that it wasn't because I would never want to work with him. I am dying to work with Ed just because of how his lyrics resonate with people, but it's almost like the tone of this album was a little bit specific. So I kind of worked with people from even just different producers, like working with Hit Boy, who's one of my favorite producers in the world. Like it was just kind of, like figuring out what was right for the tone of the album.
Well, Hit Boy, obviously he's respected for working with some of the biggest urban music stars. So does that mean, looking at Good For You, the direction the album's going to go in may just be maybe more towards that direction?
Well, it was cool because he actually only works with that kind of genre. So to kind of bring in my world into his was great. So he and I came up with the title of my album, which was Revival. We went to Mexico together and we just kind of like created the tracks from scratch, and we just figured out what it was. Should we add a little bit of the Spanish guitar and that flair because I'm Latina? Like, what should we do to like make it cool? So he actually brought a lot of swag.
Okay, that's exciting. And you've been here quite a bit as well, haven't you? You were in the UK recently, and I think you took over London City. Everyone was completely obsessed with your. By the way, the leather on leather was so sick. It looked so hot. Did you work with anyone while you were out here, or was it just literally chilling with friends and just like hanging?
Yeah, it was for my birthday, so it was funny. I was there with my girlfriends and a few friends from London, and I was actually there for my birthday. So the first 4 days, nobody even knew that I was there, and then I went out to dinner and I had that outfit on, and I was like, oh my gosh. It was fun though. I mean, honestly, the UK is one of my favorite places in the world, and I feel like besides Texas, that would be a place I'd want to live one day, and it's just. So, yeah, I celebrated my birthday there.
Oh, amazing. I love that you'd live out here, even with our crappy weather. You'd come over. Great.
Yeah, I would. I have to be honest. I kind of like the rain sometimes.
Once the album's out, are you thinking about doing a proper tour out here?
Absolutely. I will say specifically that the UK has been so important for us. It is a place that I feel like there's so much opportunity for me, and I really love my fans there and how much they've been dedicated for years, with me and the journey that I've been on. So, yes, I will definitely be touring there to be probably around after the album and maybe even a little bit towards next year. So, but yes, I will be coming there probably even before to talk about the album.
And have you decided on a release date?
I will.
Good, that's good to know. Release date, have you got one in mind yet? Like, I'm hoping it's this year, yeah?
Yeah, absolutely, for sure. The release date for the album in the US right now is October 9th. So we're going to definitely have the strategy of coming up with where everybody has a special date.
Perfect. All right, final thing. Selenators have completely taken over my Twitter. Max asked Selena, can we squeeze in some quick questions from them, if that's okay?
Yeah,
right,
please,
Susie.
My fans need to
okay, Susie says, will you be filming any more movies this year? And I love you.
Oh, I love you too. I won't. I got to do 3 movies this year, but after I finished the last one, I strictly kind of focused on the album and making it perfect. I didn't want to be distracted, so all about music now.
Selena's Hunty says, how many tracks are on Revival?
There will be 11 tracks. I don't even think I've officially said that yet, so there you go.
Okay, 11. House of Bayron says, can you please tell us the title of song number 3, because you said recently it's your favourite song on your album. I love how they know everything.
I know, they're so dedicated.
Yeah.
You know what? I can't say, but I will say there's a hint on my Instagram, and I said it once, so I know that they can figure that out. So they know.
Okay, Unicorn says, what's the number 1 thing on your bucket list that you still would like to do?
Oh man, probably something like bungee jumping, because I'm never gonna skydive. I'm not gonna skydive. I can't do it. It makes me want to throw up. But bungee jumping, I would totally want to do. I don't know. I think that would be better to like fall in water.
Selena, what would be wicked is your Selenators. Can you send them a message because they adore you? And I don't think I'm going to get through all the questions, but is there anything you'd like to say to them?
I mean, so many things, and I hate that I sound the same because I don't want them to think that it's ever ingenuine. You know, it's so insane that all the way across the world that I actually have people that have watched me from when I was 13 on my show to now, or even just new fans that I've gained. It's never something I never take it for granted. It's so special. I love you guys. I can't wait to show you some mad love when I get there, and just thank you.
All right, well, listen, thank you so much for taking time out. Congrats. I'm so excited for the album. You are always a little darling to talk to. Thank you, Selena. Woo!
Thank you. You guys are awesome.